Shalom, friends. Shalom, Rabbi Elliot Salo Schoenberg here, Rabbi in Metuchen, New Jersey. Today is April 5th, 2023. Tonight is the first Seder. We're celebrating Passover. I'm sending love and good wishes from my family to you to enjoy tonight's Sedarim, tonight's Seder. So I want to just talk about one aspect of the Seder, farpas, the green vegetable. We dip it in salt water. When we dip it in the salt water, we remember the tears, we remember the suffering of our ancestors. But more than remember, we taste their suffering. We have an incredible experience to try to empathize with the suffering of others. There's a story told that goes back a couple hundred years when there was a young person who had some trouble in his life. Somebody was sick in his family or some other trouble, and he came to see the Rebbe. And he said to the Rebbe, I've got lots of troubles. I need you to pray for me. I need you to open the gates of heaven for me. I need you to help me find comfort in the world. So would you pray for me and help me open up the gates of heaven so my prayers could be answered? The Rebbe looked at the heavens and then put his head down and he said, my son, I'm sorry, but the gates of heaven are closed. And the person rode away on his horse and his cart, and he traveled back to the village where he came from, just really sad and depressed and upset. And then a couple of minutes later, the Rebbe realized he had made a mistake, and he got in his own wagon and rode fast to catch up with that other person. And he caught up with him, and they both got off of their wagons, and they sat down at the side of the road. And the Rebbe said to him, you know, I wasn't correct. The gates of heaven were closed, and I knew my prayers wouldn't work. I could have sat with you, and I could have been more there for you and present. And then the Rebbe started to cry, and tears came down that were so strong. And also the person who had come to comfort started to cry, and together they were just crying really loudly together. And then all of a sudden the rabbi said, you know what? I've seen something now I've never seen before. The gates of heaven are open. Our tears, your tears, my tears. When we actually pray in such a way that God sees our tears, the gates of heaven are open. My dear friends, one of the most important mitzvot in all of Judaism is empathy, of being able to shed a tear for someone else. Chag Sameach, Chag Kasher v'Sameach. Enjoy your Seder.